welcome back! Whoa, it's been like 7 months since we did the last video, huh? Sorry about the delays, everyone, but my life has gotten really busy. So, this video has been delayed, but now we will finally figure out who was picked, and if you read the title, then you know it's Cream. The last video, there were so many votes that it was honestly hard to keep track of, but the majority wins, and Cream was the #1 voted. Bye-bye, Shadow. So let's get on with the show. Here we are, back again in New York City. At this point in time, Rusty Rose hasn't been roboticized yet, and has been taking care of Cream, which in this universe will be known as Cog, along with her pet chow Cole. News has been going around that the Eggman Council is kidnapping Mobians and roboticizing them. Terrified of these events going on, Amy does her best to protect Cream, and on one of these unfortunate days, Cog and Cole were taken. When Rusty heard the news, she immediately rushed to their aid. As Rusty walked into the room after beating up a bunch of badniks, she noticed Cog on the table. The experiments were already taking place, and Cog was slowly being roboticized. But Rusty came in the nick of time and broke the machine, and was able to set Cog free. Cog was unconscious at this point. While Rusty was looking around, she saw that inside Cog laid Cole, and by removing Cole would end Cog's life. She was able to get Cog out of there, but unfortunately was kidnapped by the Eggman Council herself, and then that's how she became Rusty Rose. With no one left to take care of Cog, she was left on her own. No friends, no family, and the only thing keeping her alive was Cole, and that is the end of her story. So, the idea behind this, Cog and Cole, I thought it'd be really interesting. Like, okay, we have Rusty, that's already, metal rust, so I think this would work well. Cog as in a machine, and Cole, because coal is used as a source of life. You put coal in the train, the engine keeps going. For the design, I made it to where half of Cream's body is roboticized with a little part that would keep Cole inside. I decided that we would go with a poncho look to cover up the robotic parts, especially in New York. The second you see a robot, everyone always thinks you're working for Dr. Eggman. But thankfully, this version of Cream still has her mind intact. On the cape, you will also see a little ribbon. This ribbon belonged to Cole, formerly Cheese, as a reminder of her friend, who gave up their life to save hers. In the end, when Sonic appears, and Rusty Rose is brought back to her senses, she is once again able to live her life peacefully and happy with Rusty Rose. And they can continue being a family, with one day hopes of being able to cure her roboticization with the help of Nine now that he's come back to the good side. On to Boss Cage Maze. So for this variant of Cream, I decided it'd be a good idea to make her very childish, give her some messy hair, kind of have a theme like Mangie's, and also give Cheese some big teeth, because I thought it'd be fun, give him big chompers. Normally, for this story, you would think that Cream and Amy would be together again. However, I found it more interesting to play with the concept of, what if Cream didn't have an older sister role model, or any adult figure in her life to teach her manners? As we all know, Cream is incredibly polite to a fault, and as a common theme when it comes to jungle kids is that they are wild, untamed. So, here we have Bristol. Originally, I wanted to name her Tango because I thought it'd be a funny nod to Mangy, but then I remembered, we already have a Tangle, so it's best to pick something else, which is where the name Bristol comes into play perfectly. In short, a bristle is a short, stiff, coarse, or rough hair found on animals or plants or tools. So for nouns, it's hair, fiber, quill, stubble, whisker, spine, prickles. As verbs, it can be a reaction of anger, fuming, resentment, or you take offense. Or it could also mean swarm, rise, stiffen, abound. And I thought this would go well with her behavior as well. As we know, this form of Cream is childish and unapologetic, throwing tantrums when they don't get their way. They're immature, juvenile, silly, petty, and all of these themes are common when you aren't raised by any adult figure. You know, there's no one here to teach Bristle how to be kind or gentle. It's just rough, aggressive, and wacky. And now with the name Bristle out of the way, we can go on to Cheese. With Cheese, I decided that we'd rename him to Chompers for his big teeth. And what goes well with teeth? A brush, like a toothbrush. As you guys have seen, I do want to keep that whole naming convention of the cream and cheese, so Bristle and Chompers. If you want to have nice clean chompers, then you need a toothbrush. It also kind of plays into the rebellious phase as well, because most kids hate brushing their teeth, and usually it's the first thing kids lie about to their parents. Bristle lives her days with Prim and the others. Most of her time is spent being a chaotic menace towards Mangy by playing pranks and making a mess all over the place. Next version of Cream we have is No Place. This version of Cream is optimistic, joyful, and just all around happy to be a pirate aboard Captain Dread's crew. In this alternate dimension, Cream's new name is Bo. The reason why is because I want to have a little bit of a play on with Sails' name. As we know, Tails goes to sails, and sails are a part of a ship. So what if we took Cream's name and made it Bo? We have port bow, we have starboard bow, and then we have the regular bow. I also thought it'd be a lot of fun to make her hair tied up as a bow. And then we have Cheese. All of you will have to forgive me for this, but I just could not help myself to make this pun. So instead of Cheese being called Cheese, they are going to be called Havarti. You get it? Cause pirates say R. I just wanted to be silly, guys. Please don't blast me too much in the comments. But enough of that, let's continue with Bo's lore. So like the others, Bo is a part of Captain Dread's crew. She's optimistic and sings many sea shanties with the crew. Black Rose and Bo will continue to have their sisterhood relationship, and Bo's job upon the ship is to be in charge of cleaning. Everyone gets along, everyone loves Bo, all of them do songs and dances, and genuinely this is probably the best timeline that Cream will have. So with Cheese, we go over, give him the little scarf that I think looks super cute. Just a little sword, you know. He wants to be a big tough guy, but he's just a little guy. He's not gonna do that much. And for Cream's outfit, I've given her a headband, along with a little scarf and a blue color palette. Another thing that I thought would be fun for these characters is captains or pirates always have a bird or sidekick to be part of their crew. Maybe Cheese, or I guess Havarti in this case, can be that bird/pirate substitute. First, we'd have Havarti going on doing their little chow dances and songs, especially since when you look at the chow garden, one of the first things that your chow can learn how to do is playing the trumpet, the drums, singing, dancing, all of this making him the perfect little sea pal. So along with Clean the Ship, Bo and Havarti are also part of the entertainment lounge, bringing joy to all who needs it. And with that, we come to the conclusion of what would happen if Cream was in Sonic Prime. I hope all of you enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry it took so long, but at this point now, I think we've basically covered every single character from Sonic Prime that I personally have wanted to do. There's still Shadow, so maybe there might be a future video on him, or maybe someone else, who knows? I think I might try and start to make different projects as well, some other what-if scenarios, but I am always open to suggestions, and I want to thank you all so much for supporting this series and watching it till the end. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. And until then, see you all next time! Bye!